the governor, the former governor, to because he is the last person who was spotted with this fugitive, to ensure that he presents him to the nearest police station before the close of business today. Otherwise, he would be aiding a criminal to escape from the full force of the law. We also just want, although we have this assurance, to urge the Directorate of Criminal Investigations to also hasten their investigations to trace and arrest this fraudster, so that we can bring to an end this circus, because it has been going on for quite a while. We thank you, and if there are any questions, then we can respond to those questions. It will depend on the nature of the case. And so therefore we might not be able to give advice on what happens, but the legal position is that any document that has been prepared by an unqualified person does not have the force of law. And so we will have to understand the kind of cases that he has taken up so that we can be able to advise. There might be criminal cases and he may have participated. There might be a need to even recall the witnesses who he cross-examined for purposes of ensuring that the record of the cross-examination conducted by a masquerader is expunged from the court record. So there are various consequences, and that is the reason why we are saying that arising from the consequences of his actions, this is a man who should not be celebrated. This is a criminal, and he should be answering to the crimes that he has committed, in as much as we appreciate that under the Constitution he enjoys the presumption of innocence. But where we stand, we believe that there is enough evidence to convict him once he is arrested.
Maybe for the victims, we understand maybe they did pay you this money to these lawyers. Maybe as the president, are you doing it, having a pro bono to these people who are going to be affected with such issues?
We cannot speak as of now because we do not even know how many cases he has handled. As we speak, we are seeking him for the fraud that he committed at the Law Society, because there is a clear offense that was committed there. There are several other offenses that he has committed in terms of presenting and holding himself out as an advocate. But once we have the full details, remember we are at the initial stages of the investigations. Once we have the full picture of the number of cases that he participated in, the nature of those cases, and whether there is evidence that money was paid by his various clients, then we would be able to deal with those individual victims and give them advice in terms of how their legal situation can be remedied.
Has he ever worked in any law firm? Was he a clerk?
It remains a mystery. We have been asking around. You know, even when you go to school and perhaps you don't clear school, people will come and say, you know, we went to school with you and you did not finish school. Or someone would say that, yes, we had employed him. But so far, we have not come across any credible information as to his background. And that is also something that we find a little bit mysterious, considering the kind of public support he is getting from political players within the country. So it perhaps points out to someone who is probably well connected and in other sectors. And so we are not so sure as to his identity, but we believe that the police should be able, and the DCI in particular, should be able to unravel his true identity.
Do you think there are more brands amidst you?
Yes, we may not have Bryans in the manner in which Mr. Mwenda had tried to infiltrate us, but we have reports. We have a few reports of masqueraders. We deal with them as and when we get those reports, but we can confirm that as a law society, we launched a drive to clear out masqueraders, and we will be doubling those efforts. We have put together a team and mechanisms to ensure that we are able to get rid of these masqueraders because they paint. They are a threat to the administration of justice. They are not subject to the very high professional standards of conduct and ethics that the Law Society holds its members to. And in the event that there is a professional undoing, they are not subject to the disciplinary processes of the Law Society. And so therefore, they have no fear of committing any crime as they represent these clients and as they masquerade, because they know that there can be no consequence on them professionally, as opposed to advocates who know that if they commit a professional mistake, then they would be subject to the jurisdiction of the advocates disciplinary tribunal. And that is the danger that these masqueraders pose. And my council has set aside adequate resources. We have reached out to the IG so that they can support us in this process, give us enough police officers to be able to conduct raids and arrests. So this has been an ongoing activity, but we are going to even double more efforts. And we ask members of the public and also our lawyers, if they come across these masqueraders or people who they are in doubt as to whether they are licensed to practice law, to let us know so that we can take the necessary action.
Lastly, we had Sonko, we had Waganjo, now we have Ghana. What does this show? Are we a fake nation?
We